Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So today in this particular video, I am going to discuss streaming changes in a database with Amazon Kinesis. Okay, so the pipeline looks like this. That is, suppose you are having a MySQL RDS which is acting like the OLTP system in your data pipeline. And in this particular source system, rapidly insert, update, delete, all these kind of data changes happening. Okay, and the problem statement is you have to capture the changed data. Okay, that process is termed as CDC. Okay, or change data capture. That is nothing but a software process that identifies and tracks the changes to data in a database table. That's all. Okay, so what you have to do, as soon as in your MySQL database some insert, update, delete happens, the event should be flown to S3. Okay, and from that S3 using Snowpipe in near real time, the changed data can be loaded to Snowflake Cloud Warehouse. Okay, so for that, what we are going to do, we are going to create our MySQL RDS, right? And then here in EC2 we are going to write a Python program which will run and capture all the events coming from MySQL, and then it will put those changed data captured events to Kinesis data stream. Now Kinesis data stream will dump the data in Kinesis Firehose, which is acting like a buffer in the real-time processing. Okay, so before dumping the data, because if you just simply dump the Kinesis data stream data to Firehose as it is as raw format, then in between every record there is no delimiter. Okay, so we are basically using one lambda function to make a new line character delimiter in between each records. Okay, and then the process data we are writing in Kinesis Firehose. In Firehose we will be putting some condition, that is, if certain MB of data is accumulated or this much time is passed, then it will dump the data in S3. Okay, and from S3 using SNS or SQS, the Snowpipe can execute copy command to a Snowflake destination. That's all the pipeline. Okay, so let us start from scratch this project. So as is step 1, what we have to do, we have to create a new RDS parameter group. Okay, what is parameter group? You can think like parameter group is nothing but a file which contains certain configuration about your database. Okay, and there we have to set one property, that is bin log format or binary log format. We have to set to row for CDC. Okay, so what is bin log or binary log? What is its importance? So the binary log is a set of log files that contain information about data modifications made in MySQL server instance. Okay, that is, whatever data change is happening in your MySQL server instance, that will be accumulated in binary log. Okay, and this has to be set to row for our CDC. Okay, and to create parameter group, what we have to do, in the RDS navigation pane, you have to choose parameter group and create a new parameter group for MySQL 8.0. We are using this version for our experiment. If you are using some other MySQL version, choose accordingly. Okay, and then we have to select that created parameter group, and then we have to edit that. We have to set the bin log format to row. Okay, so let's do this experiment. I will quickly go to RDS, and then here in the RDS console, in the navigation pane, we will be switching to parameter group, and in the parameter group we are going to create a new parameter group. Okay, so I'll be going to parameter group, here create parameter group. Okay, and here I can give the name as, for MySQL 8 I want to create, type is DB parameter group name demo CDC MySQL testing. Okay, description, for tracking changes in MySQL. Okay, right. So here we are all set. We'll create this particular parameter group, and also we'll be selecting this one, and then here we will edit this one. What property we need to change? We need to change this particular property. I will search that property here. It is currently mixed. I will change that to row, and I will save the changes. Okay, so that's all done. Now what is the step 2? We will spin off an RDS instance. Single AZ is good enough because we are just doing this for POC purpose. Okay, and very important note is you have to use the parameter group just now what you created for your this RDS instance what you are going to launch, as well as you have to very carefully remember this point. Okay, the automated backups feature for your MySQL RDS determines whether binary logging is turned on or off. Okay, you have the following option. What are the options? If you want to turn binary logging on, then you have to set the backup retention period while launching the MySQL RDS instance to some positive non-zero value. And if you want to make binary logging off, then you can set backup retention period to 0. Okay, so you have to keep this thing also in mind while launching the database instance. Currently no instance is there. I will be just creating a database. Okay, so here I will go to create database. I will go to MySQL, and then here I will be keeping this MySQL 8.0 version. Currently we are doing POC, so I will be choosing free tier. That's why availability or durability we cannot choose. And then database name, master username, fine. We have to configure the master password and confirm password. I will set that. Right, it is setted. And then here, because we are using free tier, so only micro instances are available for us, T3 micro and T2 micro. Let it be default only here what is there. And then storage I am keeping as it is. Connectivity VPC, I want to keep this public because just for POC purpose we are doing. Here additional configuration, port number 3306 is fine because that is the default port for our MySQL. Password based authentication, fine. Additional configuration, here we have to change our DB parameter group to this one, whatever we created. And see, that's what I was telling you, right? Enable automated backup. Okay, you have to enable this for binary logging. Okay, here currently we are having some non-zero value, so binary logging will be enabled for this particular case, right? And then here I am keeping all other properties as default. Here I'll be creating the database. It is going to take 5 to 10 minutes to create the database. Once the database is available, then I will discuss the further steps. Okay, so our database is now up and running. Let us just test it out. So I'll be taking this endpoint. I'll be going to MySQL Workbench. I will create a new connection, MySQL CDC testing. Okay, host name I'll be putting that here, port name, username is admin, and password I'll be storing in vault. Okay, and let's test the connection. Okay, it is successful. I'll click on OK, and okay, I will try to enter in this MySQL Workbench. Okay, so basically up to step 2 we have completed. Now what is step 3? We have to run the below procedure after you connect to RDS MySQL with any SQL client you like we have used MySQL Workbench. Similarly, other SQL client is also available using which you can enter into RDS MySQL instance. And now you have to execute this procedure. Okay, what it will do, it will change the bin log retention hour to 24 hours. Okay, generally MySQL has a tendency that as soon as bin log is generated, it will be deleting that. Okay, but our downstream job, that is basically this particular EC2, should able to consume that binary log, right? That's why I am changing that to 24 hours. If you want, you can change to your required timeline and then execute the procedure. Okay, the procedure is executed successfully. And to verify whether bin log is enabled or not, you can execute this particular query. It should give the log bin as on. If it is coming as on, that means binary logging is enabled. If it is off, that means some issue is there. So see, log bin is on. We are all set. Okay, now what we will do, we will create a schema, and inside which we will be creating a person table in which we will be doing some insert, update, delete, etc. And we will try to track the changes using our pipeline. Okay, so here I will execute that and it is done. Perfect, right? Now what is the next step? We are going to create a Kinesis stream. So as you can see in this diagram, we need a Kinesis stream where we will be putting the changed data from EC2, right? So this stream has to be created. So we will be going to AWS Management Console, and here I will be going to Kinesis or Kinesis, whatever you say. I will be creating a data stream. I'll be giving this name. I'll be going to provision to make sure one cert is there. Just POC, right? So one cert is sufficient. And here I will create the data stream. Okay. Now what is the next step? We have to create a Kinesis Firehose. Okay. And in Kinesis Firehose, we have to make use of this particular lambda to apply the transformation, which will add new line character in between every record. So what is the lambda code looks like? The lambda code is this one. Okay. Already I have discussed in my previous video. That video link I'll be providing in the description box also, so that you can refer that. I am not discussing the same lambda code again. So once the Kinesis data stream is created, I'll be going to Lambda and I'll be creating a Lambda, okay, for our Firehose. I'll be choosing execution environment as 3.9. I'll create this one. Okay, right. Here what I will do, I will just remove the existing code. I'll paste the code from Notepad, and the Notepad file I'll be sharing in the description box or in the comment section so that you will not be having any issue in following these steps, okay? And also you have to make sure we are changing the configuration timeout for Lambda to something more, okay? So that timeout issue will not occur. So I am keeping 4 minutes 3 seconds and I am saving this. Now I will be going back to my Kinesis console. I'll be opening the delivery stream because I want to create the Firehose. Create delivery stream. Source is Kinesis data stream. Destination is S3. So for this discussion, we need an S3 also, right? So I'll be going to S3. And here I'll be creating a S3, which is basically our this S3. Okay. Name I am giving and create this bucket. Right. So here I'll go back to Firehose and here we have to choose the data stream. I will choose my data stream. Okay. Delivery stream name, if you want, you can change. I am keeping as it is. Now transformation required. Yes, it is required from the Lambda. So what is the Lambda function name? This one, right? I will be searching that here. I'll be choosing that. Okay, buffer size and buffer interval for Lambda, let it be as it is. Now S3. Okay, so for S3 we created this one, right? I'll choose this S3. Okay, cool. And then here I'll go to advanced setting. This one, buffer hint, compression and encryption. So after how much accumulation of data Kinesis Firehose will dump the data in S3, or after how much time the Kinesis Firehose will dump the data in S3, that one you have to specify. Okay, so I want to make this 60 seconds. Either 60 seconds will pass or 5 MB data will be accumulated. Whatever will happen first, based on that Kinesis Firehose will dump the data in our S3 destination. Okay, what we have configured here. Perfect, right? And then here what I can do, I can create the delivery stream. Okay, so our delivery stream is also created. Now what is the next step? We need to create an IAM role for EC2. Okay, so I can give the IAM role name as demo CDC. Okay, so this EC2, when it will try to write the data in Kinesis data stream, it needs that access, right? That's what we are going to do. So our data stream, delivery stream is created. Our data stream is created. Currently, if you go to monitoring section, you will see everything is empty because we have not started pushing data in this particular data stream, right? So that is perfect. So I'll be going to AWS Management Console again, and here I'll be going to IAM. Okay, and then here I'll be creating the role for our EC2. I'll choose EC2 as service. I'll go to next. I will search for Kinesis, and here I will be giving Kinesis full access. For safe side, I will be giving S3 full access also, although it is not required, but just to be on safe side. I'll go to next, and role name I can give this one. Okay, as you can see, S3 full access and Kinesis full access is there. I will create this particular role. Okay, right, our role is created. Now I will go back to AWS Management Console. Now here what I will do, I will go to EC2 and I will launch an EC2 instance in our Ohio region only. Okay, because all our other services are in Ohio region. I will go to launch instance, and then here I will be choosing one Amazon machine image for Ubuntu. Okay, that is this particular one. Then I will go to next. I will keep this configuration as it is. Here I will be choosing the role what we created, demo CDC. Okay, I'll go to next. and then here we will launch our instance, right? Perfect. Okay, so IAM role created, and then here we are creating our EC2 instance. That is also done. Then what we are doing here, we are basically installing PIP, upgrading PIP, installing virtual environment, creating virtual environment, activating virtual environment. All these things we are doing, and this is one of the most important step where we are installing Boto3, because that is required to create the client for our Kinesis from EC2 and dump the data there, right? And another very important package is MySQL replication. What is this? This is a pure Python implementation of MySQL replication protocol built on top of MySQL. What it does, this allow you to receive the events like insert, update, delete, that is change data, whatever is happening in your OLTP system with their actual data and raw SQL queries. Okay, so this one will help you to retrieve or fetch the data from MySQL RDS to EC2, and Boto3 will be using to dump the data from EC2 to Kinesis data stream. Okay, right? Simple step. And then here for code, you can follow this particular link. Just I will give you a brief overview about the code. Very simple. All we are doing just playing with the packages. So importing JSON and Boto3 and PyMySQL replication. From there, we are doing binlog stream reader, which will read the binlog files. And here, what kind of events we want to catch. That is, if some data is deleted, if some data is updated, if some data is written, all this information we want to capture, right? And then here in the main function, we are creating the client for Kinesis. Region we are mentioning as US is 2 because our region is that. And then here we have to configure basically our connection. So connection string hostname. What is the hostname? Hostname, I will go to RDS. I'll be taking this one and I'll be pasting that here. Okay, this is our hostname. Then port name, username, password. Password I am hard coding, but to improve the security of the system, you can put that in secret manager or in environmental variable. Okay, and then only catch those events. Which events? Here we are passing list. Okay, update row, insert row, or delete row. And then here we are iterating in the binlog event, and then here we are using put record method for our Kinesis client to put the record in this stream. What is our stream? Our stream is basically this one, what we created, right? I'll paste that here. Okay, and then here we are also printing that, right? Now what we have to do, we have to just execute this codes line by line. Okay, and then what we'll do, we will insert some data in our MySQL. Okay, so here these are some insert queries. These all queries and all this whole notepad file I'll be providing in the description box or in the comment section so that you can go through that. Currently we will not insert. Just let us do the setup for this EC2 instance. I will go to our EC2. I hope it is now up and running. Yes, I will just select this one and I will connect. Okay, I have got here public IP, and then here I will do putty SSH. Okay, in this particular EC2 instance. Okay, so I'll go to authentication. Here I will choose the file, and here login ID, as you can see, it is Ubuntu. So I'll do that. Once I enter in this Ubuntu console, I will execute all these queries one by one, all these scripts. Okay. I'll create the virtual environment with the name MySQL test. And then here I will activate that virtual environment. Okay, cool. And then here I will install Python 3 pip. And then here I will upgrade the pip. So it is done, and then here we will install our required packages. Okay. Once that is done, we will enter in our Python 3 console. Let me do Control L so that it will go to the top. Okay. And then here, what I will do, I will execute this piece of code line by line to show you currently it is working, and then we will host that with tmux so that it can run always in the backend. It will not have timeout issue. Okay. So here I will run this one, right? And then here I will call the main function. Okay. Now here currently nothing is coming. As soon as we will insert the data in this particular database, then we will see automatically here the records will be getting printed. I selected that and I am executing. See, as the data is getting inserted in the MySQL workbench, it is coming here also. Okay. So write row event. Why it is showing write row event? Because we are inserting the data. That's why write operation. Okay. And it is inserting all those records. How many records are there grand total? I have inserted 100 records, right? So 100 records will be inserted, and soon we will be seeing that reflection in our this one. If I just increase the metric for our Kinesis data stream, okay, here I can go to view in metrics, right? And I can show you that the graph will start increasing. Okay, let's see that. I will decrease that to 1 hour, and here interval I can keep maybe 30 seconds. Okay, so currently it is 0, and even I can show you our S3 bucket, which is currently empty. Soon the records will be coming here. Okay, so let's wait for just few seconds, and soon we will be seeing the data here. See, the graph started increasing. 97 records got appeared here. Soon the rest records will also come here, and then what will happen? This particular, from this Kinesis data stream, the Firehose will take the data, and obviously when Firehose is taking the data, it is processing that data, adding the new line. So Lambda will also be getting triggered. So you can go to monitor for Lambda, and then here you can go to view logs in CloudWatch, and you can see that the Lambda will be also triggered for sure. Okay. See here, 11:45. Currently it is 11:46. Just now the Lambda got triggered, right? And whatever records we inserted, that it is just adding a new line character. Okay. So here if I go back to our CloudWatch, here you can see these are the records came. Okay. 100 records got inserted, and here our Firehose is. Soon Firehose will dump the data in this particular place. See, it is already done. First year, then month, then date, then basically hour. Okay, and then here actual file. I can just download this one. Okay, and then here I can go to show in folder. Here I can edit with Notepad++, and see, beautifully we are getting the data. Okay, these all are write row event, right? That's what it is showing here. Perfect, right? So 100 records, see, last person ID is 100, and only 100 records only we inserted, right? So what is happening? This EC2 is fetching all the events from MySQL RDS from bin log, putting the data in Kinesis data stream. Lambda is adding new line. So you can see in between every JSON. See, this is one JSON, one record. The second one is separated with new line character, right? That performance is done by Lambda, and then Firehose is dumping that in S3. Okay. Now what is the problem with this approach? That is, suppose your EC2 get timeout, then your code will not work. Okay. So for that we will be doing Control C and come out of this, and we will host this code using tmux. Okay. And I will show you the CDC capture using tmux also. So for that what I will do, first I will go to this particular activation. Okay. Source MySQL this, and then here I have written the same code in runner, a complete Python file I have written, and here we have to put the host name for our host. Okay, so I'll be taking the host name from here, and I'll be pasting that in our host. Rest all things as it is, and Kinesis stream name, what is that? That is MySQL binlog CDC testing. Okay, I will update that here. Okay, and I will save this one. So partition key I am keeping 1 because all data in one single sub we want to put. All code is same, only earlier we ran line by line. Now we want to host this code in our EC2. That's all. Okay, no other change, right? So I will just do WinSCP and I will send this particular code to our EC2 instance. So for that I will be going to back to our EC2 console. I will take this public IP and then here I will go to new site. I'll paste this one. Username is Ubuntu and here I will be taking the key pair authentication. Okay, I log in. Okay, where is our code? Our code is in runner.py in desktop. So from there we have to send that to this place. Okay, so what I will just search in desktop. So here it is runner.py. I will just drag and drop it here. Okay, and here if I do ls now, here you will see runner.py. So that one we have to host with tmux. Okay, so for that what we will do, we will first install tmux. That is done, and then here we are creating a new session with the name MySQL CDC demo. You can keep any other name if you want, and here see we have entered in our tmux session, and then here all we will do, we will just run our python runner.py. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, and then Control B you have to press and then capital D also in capital. Okay, so what I will do, I will do Control B and then capital D. Okay, once we do that, python runner.py is running in tmux. Now what we can do, we can close this EC2, no need to bother. Okay, how to work with tmux already I have discussed in our previous discussion, right? So we have seen data got inserted. Now it's time to check some update if we do or some delete if we do, what is the reflection. Okay, so we are updating the record 8 which is having some other full name. What is the full name for record 8? If you see, it is basically this one. Okay, we are updating that to ABCXYZ. Okay, and then here we are inserting some data and we are updating the, for record 20 also we are updating full name, and record number 32 we are deleting. Now we'll see whether this CDC is able to capture or not. Okay, so we have kept that here, and then all we'll do, we'll run that here. Okay, cool. Now no need to check in anything in EC2. EC2 tmux is perfectly running. Here if you want, you can check in Kinesis data stream. Okay, it will soon make a peak because 5 records dump will be happening, and in Firehose also it will be going as a new file basically, and that file we can investigate or load in Snowflake using Snowpipe, right? All these activities we can do. Okay, so only thing is you have to make sure in runner.py you are giving the proper database. Okay, see database 1CF, whatever this particular database we are having, that one only we are giving that here. And also you have to make sure this is MySQL bin.log CDC testing. Whatever you have given Kinesis data stream name, that same name you are putting that here. Okay, and rest user ID, password, anything we are keeping as it is only. So here I can go to data stream 1 and see it started rising. Okay, see 6 records again got dumped. So here if I go back to our Lambda CloudWatch, if I refresh this, here you will see that earlier one was done at 11:45. Okay, so let's see. See, another trigger happened at 11:52. So 11:45 one trigger happened, and now new trigger is happening at 11:52. Okay, so if I go to that, here these records it is showing. Okay, and eventually it will be getting dumped in our S3 bucket also. See, here in S3 bucket new record came. First one was at 11:45 and now at 11:52 new record got dumped. Currently it is 11:53 AM, and just now 11:52 AM 50 second this new record got dumped. Okay, so let's investigate that record. So I will just download that and I will show in folder. I will open that with Notepad++ and see the beauty. Okay, so here what it is showing, this is first update row. Okay, so if update happening, then before values what is that and after values what is that, both it is showing. Then write event is basically 3 insert we did, right? Similarly, one more update we did for row number person ID 2 also, 20 also, so that one is reflected here. And then here, as you can see, delete row event, okay, because we have deleted something, so that delete row event also it is able to capture. And this is how beautifully we can able to capture any CDC event from MySQL RDS to S3. Once it reaches to S3, very simply you can configure SNS or SQS to trigger copy command using Snowpipe and load in Snowflake. Once you read the data in variant column in Snowflake, you can basically use parse JSON concept to convert that to actual JSON, and using key value pair, you can play with it, update it, create some SCD type, and all these activities you can do in your data lake. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. This is all for this video. All these codes I'll be providing in the description box or in the comment section. If you find this video helpful, then please like, share and comment. Subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed till now. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of our latest videos. Thank you.